Now that you have created these two users, let's go ahead and verify whether you can actually use these new users to log into the Linux host. Remember, the Linux host has already been joined into the Windows Active Directory domain. So while the Linux host knows nothing about these new users, the expectation is that you should be able to log in successfully with these new credentials after authenticating against the Windows Active Directory. Let's switch to the Linux host and use these new credentials to log in. Okay, here we are back in the Linux host. Currently, we are logged into the system as the root user. If you open up a new terminal window, you will see the root user is being displayed here in our bash shell. Let's log out and attempt to log back in using one of the new user's credentials. Click on System menu and then Log Out. Let's try to log in with the domain user you just created. Here, the system name is displayed with our domain name, which is tetranoodle.com. Select Others. Input the username while making sure you append the domain identifier. First, let's try tetranoodle/linux.user1. Click on Login, provide the password, and click on Login again. Wait for a bit while the credentials are being authenticated. And there you go. Finally, this user has successfully logged into the system. So just like that, our newly provisioned domain user was able to log into Linux. And furthermore, this user was also assigned a home folder. Thus, this new user can immediately start using the functionality. Let's open a new terminal window, and you will notice the linux.user1 is being displayed here in our bash shell. Let's execute. pwd. And you can see the home directory for this user is /home/tetranoodle/linux.user1/desktop. Now let's try to switch user from the domain user to the local root user. Execute. su. And upon prompting, provide the root password. The su command, short for substitute user, makes it possible to change a login session's owner, i.e. the user who originally created that session by logging onto the system, without the owner having to first log out of that session. Although su can be used to change the ownership of a session to any user, it is most commonly employed to change the ownership from an ordinary user to the root, i.e. administrative user, thereby providing access to all parts of and all commands on the computer or system. For this reason, it is often referred to, although somewhat incorrectly, as the super user command. It is also sometimes called the switch user command. And now the currently logged on user for this host is root. Let's go to the home directory location and review the existing folder structure. Execute ll/home/tetranoodle. If you run ll, it will show you files in the shell, then ask you to press enter to see the next files. More option. If you run lsl, then all files will be displayed at a time. The option L tells the command to use a long list format. So here we have 4 user home directories, which are linux.user1, tetra.user1, tetra.user2, and tetra.user3. These are the domain users who have previously logged into this Linux host. Likewise, if you log in as the second user, which is linux.user2, a new directory will be created under home/tetranoodle. Now let's close the terminal. Go to System and log out. Try to log in as the second user that you have created. Select Others. Provide the domain name first, and then a / followed by the username, which is tetranoodle/linux.user2. Click on Login, type in the password, and click on Login again. This user has successfully logged in, and here we are in the desktop environment for the user linux.user2. You can go to the terminal by right-clicking on the desktop and clicking on Open in Terminal. Verify that the user's path is shown here. Execute pwd. and you notice this new home directory for the second user: /home /tetranoodle /linux.user2 /desktop. Now let's try to switch user to the root user to verify the folder structure. Execute su, and upon the prompt, provide the root user's password and press enter. Okay, now this current session has switched to the root user, and you should be able to browse all the user's home directories. Execute ll /home /tetranoodle /. Now you will notice another folder has been created here called linux.user2 under /home /tetranoodle. This happened automatically as soon as the new domain user linux.user2 logged into the system. You see, even the newly created domain users were able to log into this Linux system. As soon as they logged in, their home directory was automatically provisioned, and they were able to log into their desktop environment and start using the system.